Well, hello everyone, it's been a while since I've released some content for you. Welcome back to the channel, thanks for joining me today. We're talking about the Russian Navy today, and I've got a lot of people recently messaging me about a missile launch from the newly modernized Marshal Shaposhnikov Kalibr missile test done at sea trials recently. Now, the Marshal Shaposhnikov is a cruiser, basically a, I guess, modernized ship that has been brought to a better standard than it was in the past. It's a pretty formidable ship, and that's a point I want to talk about a little bit today, because a lot of people are making, a lot of fun of this ship. In fact, I'll show you the footage shortly. But it's a little silly to discredit an entire ship due to a failed launch of a missile like the Kalibr. Things go wrong, okay? Militaries around the world get things wrong. Technology, especially with something that's shooting out of a ship at high velocity, can have a lot of things go wrong. A lot of people have been telling me, this must be a sign, that the Russian Navy's equipment is old and it's failing, and we have to be very clear with one another here that this is clearly not the case. Things go wrong. Weapons sometimes do not operate as they should. Now, I'm not saying that this particular incident is a good thing. Of course, any weapons failure is extremely dangerous. In fact, you'll notice during this footage, I'll show you the missile very closely tumbling back down onto the ship, landing at roughly about 200-300 meters away from the ship itself on the starboard side, which is really scary. I mean, if I was a crew member of that ship and I noticed what was happening with that missile kind of yeeting itself back towards the ship, yeah, I'd be pretty nervous too. But we have to remember that, when it comes to missiles, they have a lot of capability and also a lot of room for error. And, a lot of you, I've had so many people message me in the last, 2 or 3 days telling me about this this situation, and it's interesting because I'm like, okay, I haven't even seen the footage yet, and you're all asking me to look at this video. So let's take a look at it and see what happens, and then we'll show you what it should have looked like and analyze it a little bit.
Что, снимать еще это пятно надо?
Да, поснимем чуть-чуть.
На ход сбрасываем?
Да. Ходовой вертолетки прошу.
So here we go in the launch. Of course, it initially takes off, yeets itself into oblivion in some random trajectory. So it looks like a fin may have broken off, guidance computer's failing, booster or the rocket motor's not done quite so well, and has come down to the ground. Now you can see how close that missile came within range of, having an accident that could go straight back into the ship. And there's also a ship in the distance you can see there too. So it's a little unnerving. You can see it somewhat detonates itself, sort of, in the ocean there. Scary stuff. Even at that stage, the missile could, reignite and jet off across the sort of skim off the ocean and go back into the ship. So you can see it's obviously dumped most of its propellant and explosives on the top of the ocean there. But, you know, things happen like this, and I'm sure, you know, the engineers, the technicians, and all the other, you know, wizards that are working with missiles have probably corrected this issue. And I'm sure, you know, the Russians aren't the only ones handled this kind of situation. I'm sure every other navy out there has had problems just like this. But the missile is pretty formidable. The 3M54 Kalibr is almost similar to the American Tomahawk cruise missile. It's been used extensively, actually, to engage ISIS targets in the past. So it's not a new platform, to say the least. It's been around for a while, but this one may have just been a bad one of the bunch. And this is what it's supposed to look like. So there you have it. The missile is pretty effective, you know, and things do go wrong. But for those of you who have been messaging me, and some of the comments are really interesting from the people who have been instant messaging me on my Facebook and Discord and whatever else about this footage, and in trying to discredit, you know, the entire Russian military and navy from one missile launch. And it's common from both sides, even from the Americans or the British or whichever military is around the world. We see a little bit of footage about one piece of military equipment failing, and that's it. You know, oh yeah, it's terrible, it's a poor bit of kit. Let's do another example from the Russian military that everybody instantly discredited and made their own narrative up of, was the T-14 Armada. You know, when it broke down on the square there on its drive-by, and it wasn't actually a breakdown, it was a failure of the crew, actually, with the brake, I believe. I don't know the full ins and outs of that situation, but there was a lot of misinformation. And this is pretty factual. I mean, the missile failed. There's not really much around that. The missile launched into the sea and failed. But you can't discredit an entire ship and its capabilities to one missile failure. And I love you as a community and the things you send me and inform me of, but this one, nah, I can't let it fly. You can't discredit this ship, which is a pretty formidable, powerful ship in the Russian arsenal, to be fair. Anyway, that's it for today, everyone. I really, really appreciate you stopping by on my content today. Some of you may be asking, hey, Matt, why haven't you released so much content for a while? It's almost been a month. Well, I'll be brutally honest with you all. As a great community that you are, I like keeping you informed. I'm extremely busy in my life. I have, you know, little ones to look after. I've got, you know, a full-time job, a part-time military job. I'm doing some other contractual work for video creation too. So I've just got a lot of stuff going on at the moment, and I appreciate you guys being, you know, patient with me and allowing me to focus on other things than other YouTube content going on. But I promise I will get content back out to you guys so you're able to enjoy Maximus's channel once again, and he's not going into the fading into the shadows, so to speak, of the YouTube world. If you did enjoy today's content, I would strongly encourage you to check out all my social media links in the description box below. If you want to support my channel, I do have my Patreon and my PayPal also in the description box below. And if you want to send anything to my fan mail, you're more than welcome to send it to there too. I will be doing a fan mail unboxing soon, so thank you to everyone who's been sending me some bits and pieces. I'll be doing a live stream in the near future to showcase those bits and pieces. And for all of those who are channel followers, i.e. those who are actually subscribed to the channel and members of the channel, thank you so much for your kind donations. Once again, I will be working on the roles to make sure you do get the benefits of being a member of the channel. Thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you next time. All the best. Bye-bye.